caught the middle finger, so I don't know what else to do about that. Yeah, that works. Yes, sir. Better than I am. Good morning. I'd like to call the Management and Internal Services Committee to order. November 8th, 2016, Election Day. Holy cow. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so glad it's November 8th, I can't stand it. I started listening to Christmas music yesterday just to block this getting in and the fire. I just don't want to, I'm just, All right, please join me in the invocation. Most gracious Father, we thank you again for this beautiful day. Thank you for the blessings that you give Columbia County. Pray for our nation as the voters go to the poll. Let me know that you're in control and you'll elect the leader that you want. Father, I just pray that we would rally behind that person, come together as a country tomorrow. Please be with us today. Help us make the right decisions. Let the meeting go well. In Christ's name, amen. Please join me with the pledge. For the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
United States of America, the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Checking the roll, we have a totally full board today, so that's good news. We have a quorum. Gentlemen, you have the minutes from the previous meeting of October the 11th, 2016. If they meet with your approval, I'll accept the motion.
Second.
So moved. Thing need to be added to the agenda? Are we good to go?
No. Good.
No presentations. I see we're jumping straight down to the debate agenda and Ms. Leanne Reese. Dude.
But we need to back up.
I'm sorry?
There's
I
an
missed
item
one?
prior.
Beg pardon?
Should be an item prior.
County Administrator.
I'm sorry. The committee meeting is 2016. Thank you. Thanks, Glenn. Keep me straight.
Not a problem. That item is just a request to hold all the December committee meetings to Tuesday, December 13th, in recognition of the holidays
We do this we do this every year.
every year.
Second.
So moved. Now on to Ms. Reese. Dude Solutions. Dude Solutions.
Yes, the first item is a program for information technology to replace the program they're currently using for their service desk and work ticket request. The Construction and Facilities Management currently uses this software program for their work orders. There is a technology suite within this program that IT has been researching and demoing, and they really like it. It's also 65% less than the cost of our current system. So we would like to move into using this system instead of the current system that we are utilizing.
Fantastic. I saw the cost savings.
Yes.
Very
Move
good.
for consent.
Abide with a second.
So moved. NT contracts?
Yes, the next item is contract renewals with AT&T. We have two separate contracts with them that are scheduled to expire November 17th of this year for different technologies that we use for our phone services. We typically renew these for a term of 36 months. However, one of the contracts, the technology that is being used, we plan to change next year. And when we change the technology, it will open it up to more vendors. And we would like to do an RFP to bring in competition for that particular type of technology. So that one contract, we only want to renew for a term of 12 months so that we can do the RFP next year. The other contract, the Centrex contract, there are no changes to that service, and we would like to renew it for 36 months.
We use voice over IP.
Okay.
Yes. Move for consent.
Second.
So moved.
Okay. And the next item is an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Harlem. The water utility has turned in one of their pickup trucks to be surplus. The City of Harlem would like to purchase this truck at a cost of $4,000, so attached is an agreement for the chairman to sign that we can sell them this truck.
Gentlemen,
Move for consent.
Second.
so moved. Sell the truck. Thanks, Leanne. Legal matters? Praise the Lord. Staff reports?
The first staff report is the FY 16 to 17 personnel savings for your information. Total to date is $208,807 out of $350 budgeted.
From the right-hand column, if it's a bracketed number, that means we're behind, and if it's a positive
Well,
number,
350 is what we had budgeted in
Right.
savings, and we're at 208 now. Not that far into the fiscal.
right.
No doubt we'll
Good,
get
actually. Very good. Any questions? Internal Services? Ann?
I have several reports just for your information. The first being the year-to-date budget report. This report is for the month ended October 31st. We should be operating around 33% at this time. And I have listed some of the major funds on the rec sheet just for your quick review. Everyone is currently operating where they should be at this time of the year.
It appears they're all below budget, which is good.
Right. And of course, revenues won't come in till,
Until I go pay my taxes after this
yes.
meeting?
So next month, the revenue should be a little better.
Any questions, gentlemen?
The next report is your favorite report, the sales tax report. The check for the month of September was just over $1.6 million, and our annualized percentage increase is now at 1.69%. Yay.
Questions? Delicious comments?
The next report is the procurement report for the month of October for your review, and then finally the investment summary as of October.
One point of information on the net savings to Columbia County taxpayers, you're missing a 6. 2 million.
Yes,
million two-
thank you. Mr. Osted.
Any questions, gentlemen?
No, sir.
Any commissioners or public comments? No executive, do we have an executive session? Yes, personnel issue? Pleasure. Okay to push this to the straight board?
I move we pass them on to the full board.
Second.
Moved. Any other reason we should stay? Session? Meeting's adjourned.
Ladies, how long you need? 3 minutes? That enough? 8:40. Go ahead. Look at that. 2 minutes. 40. All right. Ready? And I will call to order this meeting for the Development and Engineering Services Committee for November 8th. Having already dispensed the invocation Pledge of Allegiance, the record show we have a full quorum with all many committee members present. Gentlemen, can I have an approval of the previous minutes, October 11th?
Second.
So moved. Any changes to this agenda?
No, sir.
I like that. Okay, we'll move straight then into new business.
Thanks, sir. The first one I have for you is Resolution 16-1253. This is a resolution to agree to sell .085 acre parcel off of County Camp Road, which is our driver training building, and this will be sold to the state of Georgia through the Georgia Public Safety Training Center. It also includes 1.15 acres of access and parking easements, and this will amount in $300,000 revenue to the county. And staff is recommending approval of the commissioner to sign this resolution.
Why are we selling it?
It's an agreement the chairman. It's an agreement the sheriff worked out with Georgia Public Safety that we would build this building, we would sell it to them for up to $300,000, and then we would run the building. So basically, we're getting $300,000 back for building the building. We have full rights to it. They do get to use it when they come to town when they want to.
We have to maintain it?
We do maintain it, yes, sir. Janitorial on it, we'll keep it up and running. But
What did it cost to build it? If you don't know.
it was just over John Paul, 425 roughly.
All part of that big package. I move for consent.
Second.
So moved. Next, sir.
Next I have for you is a reclassified position. This was a position that was approved in the budget for this current fiscal year. It was an Environmental Services Manager 3, which is a grade 24. We need to move that to a grade 26. We had a boo-boo when we were putting our org chart together, and we put a grade 24 overseeing people they could not be overseeing. So this needs to be bumped up to a grade 26. This will be this will be an exempt position. I was recommending approval.
What's the cost difference between budget?
It was about $5,000 difference. We do have that in the budget.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved.
Item 2B.
Hearing services. Don?
My wife wish she had one of those. Item I2B1 is for the purchase of a 4-inch pump for the stormwater department. 3 bids were received, with lowest bid being $26,449.92 from Godwin Pumps, which is well within the budget for 2017. Staff recommends acceptance of the bid and approval of the purchase of the 4-inch stormwater pump from Godwin's Pumps in the amount of $26,449.92.
Move for consent.
Second.
Sir.
Item I2B2 is to accept the deeded improvements for Hidden Creek Section H upon staff's approval of the field plat, as-built, and warranty deed with a 1-year warranty beginning the day the deed is recorded. Staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second.
Item I2B3 is to accept deeded improvements from the Hatcher Glen Phase 2 upon staff's approval of the final plat, as-built, and warranty deed with a 1-year warranty beginning the day the deed is recorded. Staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second.
All right.
Item I2B4 is to accept deeded improvements for Gateway Square final plat, also known as SA Limited Liability Company, upon staff's approval of the final plat, as-built, and warranty deed with a 1-year warranty beginning the day the deed is recorded. Staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second.
Okay. Item I2B5 is for the Board of Commissioners to authorize the chairman to sign letters designating the Engineering Services Division Director position as the duly authorized representative and signatory for Columbia County for certification and submittal of all reports, information, and applications to Georgia EPT in accordance with the Columbia County's 2 stormwater discharge permits. Staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second.
Ron, you don't want to do that?
No, I'd rather have somebody else take that responsibility.
All right, sir.
Item 2B6 is to grant a variance to section 4245 for parcel 065A of tax map 063, a 31.8 acre tract located at 1288 Newmantown Road and proposed to be subdivided. Ordinance typically requires a flood study for subdivision greater than 5 acres. However, since no development is planned at this time, staff recommends approval of the variance.
They have to come back before the board if they start developing it?
Yes, sir.
Second.
So moved.
Item I2B7 is to award bid 2016031, bid T-Splosh 3313 for improvements to the intersection of William Few Parkway and Chamberlain Road to E.R. Snell Incorporated in an amount of $795,590.35 and authorize chairman to execute the contracts. This project essentially includes turn lanes and signal installation, and staff recommends approval.
Move to consent with the question.
Yes, sir.
When will they start and when will it be done?
Right now, we've already got approval to move the utilities, so we're probably looking at about 6 months. Actually met with DOT on Friday, and we're looking like we may get to about $200,000 from DOT in support of this project as well.
Nice.
So a lot of it's going to depend on utility relocations. So we're probably looking sometime summertime, hopefully.
Did we hold up that AT&T contract vote then?
I think you've already approved it.
We could always revote.
So moved.
Okay. Item I2B8 is to enter into agreements with 6 firms to augment our property acquisition staff in advance of increased workload anticipated in support of Columbia County's upcoming TIA project. Staff is proposing to enter into agreements with FMV, Planning Design Group, Jack Miner Realty, RE Appraisal, and Simhauser Company to provide right-of-way appraiser and appraiser's review services, and also an agreement with Vesta Acquisitions for real estate services to require right-of-way from acquisition to certification. Each agreement will be on an on-call, as-needed task order basis with costs reimbursed through the respective TIA projects. Staff recommends for Board of Commissioners to authorize the chairman to execute these agreements.
Move to consent with the question.
Second.
What are we paying them?
It's basically, I've got Mark Huster here. Basically, we'll have them competing,
Bid per project?
Yeah, for each project or each property, exactly how we're going to do this, but basically, we've got a ton of right-of-way acquisition coming up with these TIA projects, and this will
Right,
help
I got that.
staff support that.
Morning, sir.
What we've proposed here is these services that we don't have in-house, like appraiser review. So the consultants have to come off an approved GDOT list, and a lot of them are being committed in other counties, so we want to get them now. There is a pre-approved list from the TIA office on these services, so we'll try to keep them within those parameters. So you'll have an appraisal, then you'll have a review appraiser. Get into the acquisition phase, it'll be a per unit type pricing for the negotiation. So that's my job, to keep them in line and keep them in. We do have that list of.
No, that's all right. I just wondered how it works. Thanks,
We'll
Mark.
make sure the fees are provided in your full book before the full commission meeting.
Thanks.
Right.
And these are all reimbursable through the TIA program as well.
Right.
Moving on.
Item I2B9 is for the Board of Commissioners to approve and authorize the chairman to execute the design services contract for the Horizon South Parkway Improvements Project with Ponding Company and approve an initial authorization of $100,242 to cover the concept development and public involvement phases. Once the concept is approved, future tasks and authorization will be brought before the full commission. Staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. Thank you, gentlemen. Mr. Castle, Planning Services.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This first item is a purchase of 19.04 acres from Metro Home Sites LLC to be added to the Green Space Program. This is specifically for the Utah Creek Greenway. And Steve Castle has me scared of numbers, so I'm not going to read the number to you. It's right there in front of you.
Wisdom.
I suppose this can be moved to the executive session. This is usually an executive session item.
Property purchase, so
Property purchase.
Motion. Question.
I just recommend we move it on to the full board as consent.
Well,
Second.
that's okay? All right. So that's 19 more acres added to the greenway or green,
Cost of about 3,000 an acre, a little less.
A little less than 3,000 an acre.
which is a bargain compared to some of the other property.
6,000 hectares.
So that puts us,
56,200.
we're on the chart, 40% maybe?
For the greenway itself?
Yes.
About 40% for the green-
Ballpark?
Well, it's
A little under half,
the-
way there?
It's actually about 50%. We have a lot of the large parcels. We need some smaller parcels, just kind of fill in between gaps.
Okay. So moved. Next.
The next item is a similar item, purchase of 2 tracts of land, .08 acres and .51 acres from the Wu Estate on William Few Parkway for the greenway. Staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second,
Same verse.
$1,280, that's a big.
Yeah, I like that deal.
Next verse, same as the first. All right. Item 3.
This is the acceptance of the final plat, performance bond, letter of credit, and warranty deed for improvements for Whispering Pines, Section 2. Staff recommends acceptance of the final plat, performance bond, letter of credit, and warranty deed for Whispering Pines, Section 2, with the final plat and warranty deed being released once staff approvals have been received, with a 1-year warranty period beginning the day the as-built is approved.
Move to consent.
Second,
So moved.
These next 2 items, Jenny Henson, happy to present.
Tell us about a conveyor belt, Ms. Henson.
Conveyor belt is for the final part of the project for the William Few expansion. Sorry, I have to put my glasses on so I can actually see. This was the last phase in that expansion program, along with the agreement with Precision Waste that we signed back in May. This was a ongoing project because originally we were going to purchase this, or excuse me, lease it through Sunoco Recycling. However, the price was really high and we were going to have to sign a fiber agreement with them, which I did not want to do because that was going to lock us into losing the capability of shopping prices for the commodities. So we actually put it out to RFP after Glenn Osteen and I talked about it. We actually came in originally at $45,111.94. The RFP came in at $29,870, which was a difference of $15,000 savings on that. So we just recommend approving for that purchase. That would also, this conveyor is for Precision to bring their materials in, unload them. They will be sorted at this conveyor line and then baled.
Will this be the only facility that has that, or is this something we look at expanding to the other recycling centers? Or
No, this will only be at William Few. That center is becoming more of a regional hub
Distribution
for us.
hub?
Move to consent.
second with a question.
Sure.
Do we got 460-volt power out there? We do? The recycling center?
There's a major line out in front of that place. We got 3-phase out in front of it.
But you got to set a transformer?
Yeah, well, no, we've got all the balers that are already out there. They're running off of that 460.
Oh, they are?
Even when we built the building the first time, we had to have all that installed.
Good deal, thank you.
And
Come
people
on out,
doubted
we'll show you the big baler we got out there. We call it Big
Yes,
Bertha.
we call it Big Bertha.
Big Bertha.
We'll let you take a ride.
Yes.
Good to be chairman.
She's a lot of fun.
Has it got a 6-speed transmission?
She's super glad.
That's right.
So moved.
Mr. Chairman, legal would ask that we move our property acquisition items that we've discussed to the debate items, if we could address that.
Debate or exec?
I amend both my motions to move to debate.
Second.
They will be moved to debate.
But there's no reason to go to executive session unless you got some negotiations or something to do, right?
For straight purchase. Okay. Sorry, Ms. Henson. Your
no.
last item.
Okay, my last item, we purchased a shredder a few weeks ago that was in our CIP budget. We have, since 2011, we have hosted a community shred day twice a year at both recycling centers. we saw the need that people are missing those days. And so we get an average of about 8 calls per week for this service. So we went ahead and purchased the shredder only because it would accommodate for the people that miss the shred days. Plus, it is an actual revenue source that we tap into. Since 2011, we have shredded 103,000 pounds of paper, and at the price that we are proposing to charge for this service, it would have been a projected $20,000 revenue over that time period. So we are proposing to charge a $2 minimum for up to 10 pounds, and then after 10 pounds, a 20 cent per pound charge for the shredded paper.
And just run it year-round?
Yes, sir. Instead of having the vendor come in and actually having to set up for an event. We would like to add that to our existing schedule.
Move to debate.
Second, with a question, is electronic equipment same as TVs as far as disposal?
I'm sorry?
Old computer monitors and things, is that the same, is charged the same as TVs or not?
They are not. Those are $5 a piece. The CRT monitors, the big large monitors. And I do apologize, that is not on this list, but televisions are 30 cents a pound. The vendors that we use for those items, they charge that to us, so we just charge that same rate. We do not make any additional revenue off of that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So move to debate. Any other legal matters, Mr. Driver?
I amend my motion.
County Camp.
I amend my
No,
second.
that's I-2A1. Yeah, you guys got to flip it. Mr. Cross, you've got to make the motion to back, not second.
Oh,
Since you made the original motion.
well, I'll make that motion.
I second that amendment.
And I'll make any other motions that we need to make while we're in this meeting.
So that is now moved to debate as well. All right. Counselor, anything else to earn your pay today? All right, thank you very much, sir. So we'll move into staff reports. Development Services.
All right.
Skipped over you the first half.
Yeah, there we go. First item I have is October 2015-16 Development Services Report, and there's a copy of that for information only. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to.
I did notice the complaints are 25%. Total complaints are down like 75%.
Oh, still quite a number of them there, sir.
426 to 113.
All right.
The next item I have is the October 2016 Financial Service Report, and a copy of that is here for your information only.
Going back to that other one,
Right.
what's the explanation? What was the huge jump last year in October? Out of curiosity. Do you remember, that's an anomaly. That had to be a particular event or something. Going back to K2A.
Remember exactly what that was. You know, we had some of the electrical stuff changes coming on at the end of the year, so we did have an increase of people trying to get permits in.
Trying to
End of
remember
the year.
what would have caused that spike.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question on that same report.
Yes, sir.
Did we adjust our average price per home from the data from the real estate group about actual prices as opposed to permit prices?
We actually checked that. Ms. Hall had checked those on an occasional basis with the tax assessor's office and all, and they're running pretty accurate within just a few percent of what we're getting.
So what they permit a house for is pretty close to the selling price?
It is, which is very interesting.
Well, they're not as quick as they used to be, are they?
I guess not.
Spoken like a former contractor.
Right. That's how I know. You left off all the labor when you went to get a building permit. You just put the materials down.
Really, was that a very, very
It's pretty
precursory study, or we're pretty confident with those?
I'm pretty confident with that.
Wow, that is kind of surprising.
I thought we had a report from the real estate group showing a pretty large difference.
We did, and I think we started discussing that with our contractors about why they were reporting such low numbers, and they were leaving the land cost off, leaving the labor cost off. They basically, what they were insuring is the number they were giving us, so,
Well, you don't put land costs in a building permit.
no, sir, no, sir. So, but the sale price includes that land cost.
Right.
So our,
Oh, I see. I see. That's where a lot of the difference probably is.
correct.
Okay. Thank you.
On new construction, it's off of your square footage, so it benefits them none at all to, of an acre of the numbers, you know.
All right, sir. Planning services.
You have our October report in front of you. Have any questions? I'll be happy to answer them.
Any questions? How about the workload measurement?
And the plan review workload measurements in front of you as well. We maintained that 9 calendar day average review time.
So we're not holding everybody up in the world that they claim we are?
No, sir, surprisingly.
So these builders that tell us that they've had plans with us for 3 months and no action, that's not really true?
It may be true, but no action on the engineer side. If plan review gets it, if Columbia County gets it, it's out within 9 days and either sitting on the engineer's desk or cyberspace somewhere.
Well, when I tell them that's not true, they say, well, that's what my engineer told me.
I think they're about as trustworthy as contractors, right?
All right, is there any other questions? Any comments from the commission or the public? Staff? Any other reason to stay here? Everybody go vote, please. Get it over with. Have a sigh of relief and
Listen to Christmas
pray
music.
for our nation.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
We are adjourned. Somebody said,